Jeremiah chapter 11. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Hear the words of this covenant, and speak to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say to them, Yahweh, the God of Israel says, Cursed is the man who doesn't hear the words of this covenant, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt, out of the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice and do them, according to all which I command you. So you shall be my people, and I will be your God, that I may establish the oath which I swore to your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is today. Then I answered and said, Amen, Yahweh. Yahweh said to me, Proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, Hear the words of this covenant and do them. For I earnestly protested to your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even to this day rising early and protesting, saying, Obey my voice. Yet they didn't obey, nor turn their ear, but everyone walked in the stubbornness of their evil heart. Therefore I brought on them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they didn't do them. Yahweh said to me, A conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They have turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, who refused to hear my words. They have gone after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant, which I made with their fathers. Therefore Yahweh says, Behold, I will bring evil on them, which they will not be able to escape. And they will cry to me, but I will not listen to them. Then the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem will go and cry to the gods, to which they offer incense, but they will not save them at all in the time of their trouble. For according to the number of your cities are your gods, Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem, you have set up altars to the shameful thing, even altars to burn incense to Baal. Therefore don't pray for this people, don't lift up cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry to me because of their trouble. What has my beloved to do in my house, since she has behaved lewdly with many, and the holy flesh has passed from you? When you do evil, then you rejoice. Yahweh called your name, a green olive tree, beautiful with goodly fruit. With the noise of a great roar he has kindled fire on it, and its branches are broken. For Yahweh of armies, who planted you, has pronounced evil against you, because of the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Judah, which they have done to themselves in provoking me to anger by offering incense to Baal. Yahweh gave me knowledge of it, and I knew it. Then you showed me their doings, but I was like a gentle lamb that is led to the slaughter. I didn't know that they had devised plans against me, saying, Let's destroy the tree with its fruit, and let's cut him off from the land of the living, that his name may be no more remembered. But Yahweh of armies, who judges righteously, who tests the heart and the mind, I will see your vengeance on them. For to you I have revealed my cause. Therefore, Yahweh says concerning the men of Anathoth, who seek your life, saying, You shall not prophesy in Yahweh's name, that you not die by our hand. Therefore Yahweh of armies says, Behold, I will punish them. The young men will die by the sword. Their sons and their daughters will die by famine. There will be no remnant to them, for I will bring evil on the men of Anathoth, even the year of their visitation. Jeremiah chapter 12. You are righteous, Yahweh, when I contend with you. Yet I would like to plead a case with you. Why does the way of the wicked prosper? Why are they all at ease who deal very treacherously? You have planted them. Yes, they have taken root, they grow. Yes, they produce fruit. You are near in their mouth and far from their heart. But you, Yahweh, know me. You see me and test my heart toward you. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter, and prepare them for the day of slaughter. How long will the land mourn, and the herbs of the whole country wither? Because of the wickedness of those who dwell therein, the animals and birds are consumed. because they said, "He won't see our latter end." If you have run with the footmen, and they have wearied you, then how can you contend with horses? Though in a land of peace you are secure, yet how will you do in the pride of the Jordan? For even your brothers, and the house of your father, even they have dealt treacherously with you. Even they have cried aloud after you. Don't believe them. Though they speak beautiful words to you, I have forsaken my house. I have cast off my heritage. I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hand of her enemies. My heritage has become to me as a lion in the forest. She has uttered her voice against me. Therefore I have hated her. Is my heritage to me as a speckled bird of prey? Are the birds of prey against her all around? Go, assemble all the animals of the field. Bring them to devour. Many shepherds have destroyed my vineyard. They have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made it a desolation. It mourns to me, being desolate. The whole land is made desolate because no one cares. Destroyers have come on all the bare heights in the wilderness. For the sword of Yahweh devours from the one end of the land even to the other end of the land. No flesh has peace. They have sown wheat and have reaped thorns. They have exhausted themselves and profit nothing. You will be ashamed of your fruits because of Yahweh's fierce anger. Yahweh says, "Concerning all my evil neighbors, who touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Israel to inherit, behold, I will pluck them up from off their land, and will pluck up the house of Judah from among them. It will happen that after I have plucked them up, I will return and have compassion on them. I will bring them again, every man to his heritage, and every man to his land. It will happen, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, as Yahweh lives. Even as they taught my people to swear by Baal, then they will be built up in the middle of my people. But if they will not hear, then I will pluck up that nation, plucking up and destroying it, says Yahweh." Jeremiah chapter 13. Yahweh said to me, "Go and buy yourself a linen belt and put it on your waist, and don't put it in water." So I bought a belt according to Yahweh's word, and put it on my waist. Yahweh's word came to me the second time, saying, "Take the belt that you have bought, which is on your waist, and arise, go to the Euphrates, and hide it there in a cleft of the rock." So I went and hid it by the Euphrates, as Yahweh commanded me. After many days, Yahweh said to me, "Arise, go to the Euphrates, and take the belt from there, which I commanded you to hide there." Then I went to the Euphrates, and dug, and took the belt from the place where I had hidden it. And behold, the belt was ruined. It was profitable for nothing. Then Yahweh's word came to me, saying, "Yahweh says, in this way I will ruin the pride of Judah, and the great pride of Jerusalem. This evil people, who refuse to hear my words, who walk in the stubbornness of their heart, and have gone after other gods to serve them and to worship them, will even be as this belt, which is profitable for nothing. For as the belt clings to the waist of a man, so I have caused the whole house of Israel and the whole house of Judah to cling to me, says Yahweh, that they may be to me for a people, for a name, for praise, and for glory. But they would not hear. Therefore you shall speak to them this word. Yahweh, the God of Israel, says, every container should be filled with wine. They will tell you, do we not certainly know that every container should be filled with wine? Then tell them, Yahweh says, behold, I will fill all the inhabitants of this land, even the kings who sit on David's throne, the priests, the prophets, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, with drunkenness. I will dash them one against another, even the fathers and the sons together, says Yahweh. I will not pity, spare, or have compassion, that I should not destroy them. Hear and give ear. Don't be proud, for Yahweh has spoken. Give glory to Yahweh your God. Before he causes darkness, and before your feet stumble on the dark mountains, and while you look for light, he turns it into the shadow of death, and makes it deep darkness. But if you will not hear it, my soul will weep in secret for your pride, my eye will weep bitterly and run down with tears, because Yahweh's flock has been taken captive. Say to the king and to the queen mother, humble yourselves, sit down, for your crowns have come down, even the crown of your glory. The cities of the south are shut up, and there is no one to open them. Judah is carried away captive, all of them. They are wholly carried away captive. Lift up your eyes and see those who come from the north. Where is the flock that was given to you, your beautiful flock? What will you say when he sets over you as head those whom you have yourself taught to be friends to you? Won't sorrows take hold of you, as of a woman in travail? If you say in your heart, why have these things come on me? Your skirts are uncovered because of the greatness of your iniquity, and your heels suffer violence. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may you also do good, who are accustomed to do evil. Therefore I will scatter them as the stubble that passes away by the wind of the wilderness. This is your lot, the portion measured to you from me, says Yahweh, because you have forgotten me and trusted in falsehood. Therefore I will also uncover your skirts on your face, and your shame will appear. I have seen your abominations, even your adulteries and your neighing, the lewdness of your prostitution. On the hills in the field, woe to you, Jerusalem! You will not be made clean. How long will it yet be? Jeremiah chapter 14. This is Yahweh's word that came to Jeremiah concerning the drought. Judah mourns, and its gates languish. They sit in black on the ground. The cry of Jerusalem goes up. Their nobles send their little ones to the waters. They come to the cisterns and find no water. They return with their vessels empty. They are disappointed and confounded, and cover their heads. Because of the ground which is cracked, because no rain has been in the land, the ploughmen are disappointed. They cover their heads. Yes, the doe in the field also calves and forsakes her young, because there is no grass. The wild donkeys stand on the bare heights. They pant for air like jackals. Their eyes fail, because there is no vegetation. Though our iniquities testify against us, work for your name's sake, Yahweh. For our rebellions are many. We have sinned against you. You hope of Israel, its Savior in the time of trouble. Why should you be as a foreigner in the land, and as a wayfaring man who turns aside to stay for a night? Why should you be like a scared man, as a mighty man who can't save? Yet you, Yahweh, are in the middle of us, and we are called by your name. Don't leave us. Yahweh says to this people, even so they have loved to wander. They have not restrained their feet. Therefore Yahweh does not accept them. Now he will remember their iniquity and punish them for their sins. Yahweh said to me, don't pray for this people for their good. When they fast, I will not hear their cry. And when they offer burnt offering and meal offering, I will not accept them. But I will consume them by the sword, by famine, and by pestilence. Then I said, Ah, Lord Yahweh! Behold, the prophets tell them, you will not see the sword, neither will you have famine. But I will give you assured peace in this place. Then Yahweh said to me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I didn't send them. I didn't command them. I didn't speak to them. They prophesy to you a lying vision, divination, and a thing of nothing, and the deceit of their own heart. Therefore Yahweh says concerning the prophets who prophesy in my name, but I didn't send them, yet they say, sword and famine will not be in this land. Those prophets will be consumed by sword and famine. The people to whom they prophesy will be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword. They will have no one to bury them, their wives, their sons, or their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness on them. You shall say this word to them, let my eyes run down with tears night and day, and let them not cease. For the virgin daughter of my people is broken with a great breach, with a very grievous wound. If I go out into the field, then behold the slain with the sword. If I enter into the city, Then behold, those who are sick with famine. For both the prophet and the priest go about in the land and have no knowledge. Have you utterly rejected Judah? Has your soul loathed Zion? Why have you struck us, and there is no healing for us? We looked for peace, but no good came, and for a time of healing, and behold dismay. We acknowledge, Yahweh, our wickedness and the iniquity of our fathers, for we have sinned against you. Do not abhor us for your name's sake. Do not disgrace the throne of your glory. Remember, and don't break your covenant with us. Are there any among the vanities of the nations that can cause rain, or can the sky give showers? Aren't you He, Yahweh our God? Therefore we will wait for you have made all these things. Jeremiah chapter 15. Then Yahweh said to me, Though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind would not turn toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go out. It will happen when they ask you, Where shall we go out? Then you shall tell them, Yahweh says, Such as are for death, to death, such as are for the sword, to the sword, such as are for the famine, to the famine, and such as are for captivity, to captivity. I will appoint over them 4 kinds, says Yahweh, the sword to kill, the dogs to tear, the birds of the sky, and the animals of the earth, to devour and to destroy. I will cause them to be tossed back and forth among all the kingdoms of the earth, because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, for that which he did in Jerusalem. For who will have pity on you, Jerusalem? Who will mourn you? Who will come to ask of your welfare? You have rejected me, says Yahweh. You have gone backward. Therefore I have stretched out my hand against you and destroyed you. I am weary of showing compassion. I have winnowed them with a fan in the gates of the land. I have bereaved them of children. I have destroyed my people. They didn't return from their ways. Their widows are increased more than the sand of the seas. I have brought on them against the mother of the young men a destroyer at noonday. I have caused anguish and terrors to fall on her suddenly, she who has borne 7 languishes. She has given up the spirit. Her sun has gone down while it was yet day. She has been disappointed and confounded. I will deliver their residue to the sword before their enemies, says Yahweh. Woe is me, my mother, that you have borne me, a man of strife, and a man of contention to the whole earth. I have not lent, neither have men lent to me, yet every one of them curses me. Yahweh said, Most certainly I will strengthen you for good. Most certainly I will cause the enemy to make supplication to you in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. Can one break iron, even iron from the north and bronze? I will give your substance and your treasures for a plunder without price, and that for all your sins, even in all your borders. I will make them to pass with your enemies into a land which you don't know, for a fire is kindled in my anger, which will burn on you. Yahweh, you know. Remember me, visit me, and avenge me of my persecutors. You are patient, so don't take me away. Know that for your sake I have suffered reproach. Your words were found, and I ate them. Your words were to me a joy and the rejoicing of my heart, for I am called by your name, Yahweh, God of armies. I didn't sit in the assembly of those who make merry and rejoice. I sat alone because of your hand, for you have filled me with indignation. Why is my pain perpetual and my wound incurable, which refuses to be healed? Will you indeed be to me as a deceitful brook, like waters that fail? Therefore Yahweh says, If you return, then I will bring you again, that you may stand before me. And if you take out the precious from the vial, you will be as my mouth. They will return to you, but you will not return to them. I will make you to this people a fortified bronze wall. They will fight against you, but they will not prevail against you. For I am with you to save you and to deliver you, says Yahweh. I will deliver you out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem you out of the hand of the terrible. Jeremiah chapter 16. Then Yahweh's word came to me, saying, You shall not take a wife, neither shall you have sons or daughters. in this place. For Yahweh says concerning the sons and concerning the daughters who are born in this place, and concerning their mothers who bore them, and concerning their fathers who became their father in this land, they will die grievous deaths. They will not be lamented, neither will they be buried. They will be as dung on the surface of the ground. They will be consumed by the sword and by famine. Their dead bodies will be food for the birds of the sky and for the animals of the earth. For Yahweh says, don't enter into the house of mourning. Don't go to lament. Don't bemoan them, for I have taken away my peace from this people, says Yahweh, even loving kindness and tender mercies. Both great and small will die in this land. They will not be buried. Men won't lament for them, cut themselves, or make themselves bald for them. Men won't break bread for them in mourning to comfort them for the dead. Men won't give them the cup of consolation to drink for their father or for their mother. You shall not go into the house of feasting to sit with them, to eat and to drink. For Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says, behold, I will cause to cease out of this place, before your eyes and in your days, the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. It will happen when you tell this people all these words and they ask you, why has Yahweh pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against Yahweh our God? Then you shall tell them, because your fathers have forsaken me, says Yahweh, and have walked after other gods, have served them, have worshipped them, have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. You have done evil more than your fathers, for behold, you each walk after the stubbornness of his evil heart, so that you don't listen to me. Therefore I will cast you out of this land into the land that you have not known, neither you nor your fathers. There you will serve other gods day and night, for I will show you no favor. Therefore, behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that it will no more be said, as Yahweh lives, who brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But, as Yahweh lives, who brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the countries where he had driven them, I will bring them again into their land that I gave to their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishermen, says Yahweh, and they will fish them up. Afterward I will send for many hunters, and they will hunt them from every mountain, from every hill, and out of the clefts of the rocks, for my eyes are on all their ways. They are not hidden from my face. Their iniquity isn't concealed from my eyes. First I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have polluted my land with the carcasses of their detestable things, and have filled my inheritance with their abominations. Yahweh, my strength, my stronghold, and my refuge in the day of affliction, the nations will come to you from the ends of the earth, and will say, our fathers have inherited nothing but lies, vanity and things in which there is no profit. Should a man make to himself gods, which yet are no gods? Therefore, behold, I will cause them to know, this once I will cause them to know my hand and my might. Then they will know that my name is Yahweh. Jeremiah chapter 17. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron, and with the point of a diamond. It is engraved on the tablet of their heart, and on the horns of your altars. Even their children remember their altars and their Asherah poles by the green trees on the high hills. My mountain in the field, I will give your substance and all your treasures for a plunder, and your high places, because of sin. Throughout all your borders, you, even of yourself, will discontinue from your heritage that I gave you. I will cause you to serve your enemies in the land which you don't know, for you have kindled a fire in my anger which will burn forever. Yahweh says, cursed is the man who trusts in man, relies on strength of flesh, and whose heart departs from Yahweh. For he will be like a bush in the desert, and will not see when good comes, but will inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, an uninhabited salt land. Blessed is the man who trusts in Yahweh, and whose confidence is in Yahweh, for he will be as a tree planted by the waters, who spreads out its roots by the river, and will not fear when heat comes, but its leaf will be green, and will not be concerned in the year of drought. It won't cease from yielding fruit. The heart is deceitful above all things, and it is exceedingly corrupt. Who can know it? I, Yahweh, search the mind. I try the heart, even to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his doings. As the partridge that sits on eggs which she has not laid, so is he who gets riches, and not by right. In the middle of his days they will leave him. At his end he will be a fool. A glorious throne, set on high from the beginning, is the place of our sanctuary. Yahweh, the hope of Israel. All who forsake you will be disappointed. Those who depart from me will be written in the earth, because they have forsaken Yahweh, the spring of living waters. Heal me, O Yahweh, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved. For you are my praise. Behold, they ask me, where is Yahweh's word? Let it be fulfilled now. As for me, I have not hurried from being a shepherd after you. I haven't desired the woeful day. You know, that which came out of my lips was before your face. Don't be a terror to me. You are my refuge in the day of evil. Let them be disappointed who persecute me, but don't let me be disappointed. Let them be dismayed, but don't let me be dismayed. Bring on them the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction. Yahweh said this to me: Go and stand in the gate of the children of the people, through which the kings of Judah come in and by which they go out, and in all the gates of Jerusalem. Tell them, Hear Yahweh's word, you kings of Judah, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem that enter in by these gates. Yahweh says, Be careful, and bear no burden on the Sabbath day, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem. Don't carry a burden out of your houses on the Sabbath day. Don't do any work, but make the Sabbath day holy, as I commanded your fathers. But they didn't listen. They didn't turn their ear, but made their neck stiff, that they might not hear and might not receive instruction. It will happen if you diligently listen to me, says Yahweh, to bring in no burden through the gates of this city on the Sabbath day, but to make the Sabbath day holy, to do no work therein. Then there will enter in by the gates of this city kings and princes sitting on David's throne, riding in chariots and on horses, they and their princes, the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And this city will remain forever. They will come from the cities of Judah, and from the places around Jerusalem, from the land of Benjamin, from the lowland, from the hill country, and from the south, bringing burnt offerings, sacrifices, meal offerings, and frankincense, and bringing sacrifices of thanksgiving to Yahweh's house. But if you will not listen to me to make the Sabbath day holy, and not to bear a burden and enter in at the gates of Jerusalem on the Sabbath day, then I will kindle a fire in its gates, and it will devour the palaces of Jerusalem. It will not be quenched. Jeremiah chapter 18. The word which came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Arise and go down to the potter's house, and there I will cause you to hear my words. Then I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he was making something on the wheels. When the vessel that he made of the clay was marred in the hand of the potter, he made it again another vessel, as seemed good to the potter to make it. Then Yahweh's word came to me, saying, House of Israel, can't I do with you as this potter? Says Yahweh. Behold, as the clay in the potter's hand, so are you in my hand, house of Israel. At the instant I speak concerning a nation and concerning a kingdom, to pluck up and to break down and to destroy it. If that nation, concerning which I have spoken, turns from their evil, I will repent of the evil that I thought to do to them. At the instant I speak concerning a nation, and concerning a kingdom, to build and to plant it. If they do that which is evil in my sight, that they not obey my voice, then I will repent of the good with which I said I would benefit them. Now therefore, Speak to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, Yahweh says, Behold, I frame evil against you, and devise a plan against you. Everyone return from his evil way now, and amend your ways and your doings. But they say, It is in vain. For we will walk after our own plans, and we will each follow the stubbornness of his evil heart. Therefore Yahweh says, Ask now among the nations, who has heard such things? The Virgin of Israel has done a very horrible thing. Will the snow of Lebanon fail from the rock of the field? Will the cold waters that flow down from afar be dried up? For my people have forgotten me. They have burned incense to false gods. They have been made to stumble in their ways in the ancient paths, to walk in byways in a way not built up, to make their land an astonishment and a perpetual hissing. Everyone who passes by it will be astonished and shake his head. I will scatter them as with an east wind before the enemy. I will show them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity. Then they said, Come, let's devise plans against Jeremiah, for the law won't perish from the priest, nor counsel from the wise, nor the word from the prophet. Come, and let's strike him with the tongue, and let's not give heed to any of his words. Give heed to me, Yahweh, and listen to the voice of those who contend with me, should evil be recompensed for good. For they have dug a pit for my soul. Remember how I stood before you to speak good for them, to turn away your wrath from them. Therefore deliver up their children to the famine, and give them over to the power of the sword. Let their wives become childless and widows. Let their men be killed, and their young men struck by the sword in battle. Let a cry be heard from their houses when you bring a troop suddenly on them. For they have dug a pit to take me and hidden snares for my feet. Yet Yahweh, you know all their counsel against me to kill me. Don't forgive their iniquity. Don't blot out their sin from your sight. Let them be overthrown before you. Deal with them in the time of your anger. Jeremiah chapter 19. Thus said Yahweh, Go and buy a potter's earthen container, and take some of the elders of the people and of the elders of the priests, and go out to the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is by the entry of the gate Harseth, and proclaim there the words that I will tell you. Say, Hear Yahweh's word, kings of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem. Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says, Behold, I will bring evil on this place, which whoever hears, his ears will tingle. Because they have forsaken me, and have defiled this place, and have burned incense in it to other gods that they didn't know, they, their fathers, and the kings of Judah, and have filled this place with the blood of innocents, and have built the high places of Baal to burn their children in the fire for burnt offerings to Baal, which I didn't command nor speak, which didn't even enter into my mind. Therefore, behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that this place will no more be called Topheth, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. I will make the counsel of Judah and Jerusalem void in this place. I will cause them to fall by the sword before their enemies, and by the hand of those who seek their life. I will give their dead bodies to be food for the birds of the sky and for the animals of the earth. I will make this city an astonishment and a hissing. Everyone who passes by it will be astonished and hiss because of all its plagues. I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters. They will each eat the flesh of his friend in the siege and in the distress with which their enemies and those who seek their life will distress them. Then you shall break the container in the sight of the men who go with you, and shall tell them, Yahweh of armies says, Even so I will break this people and this city as one breaks a potter's vessel that can't be made whole again. They will bury in Topheth until there is no place to bury. This is what I will do to this place, says Yahweh, and to its inhabitants, even making this city as Topheth. The houses of Jerusalem and the houses of the kings of Judah, which are defiled, will be as the place of Topheth, even all the houses on whose roofs they have burned incense to all the army of the sky, and have poured out drink offerings to other gods. Then Jeremiah came from Topheth, where Yahweh had sent him to prophesy, and he stood in the court of Yahweh's house and said to all the people, Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says, Behold, I will bring on this city and on all its towns all the evil that I have pronounced against it, because they have made their neck stiff, that they may not hear my words. Jeremiah chapter 20. Now Pashur the son of Immer the priest, who was chief officer in Yahweh's house, heard Jeremiah prophesying these things. Then Pashur struck Jeremiah the prophet, and put him in the stocks that were in the upper gate of Benjamin, which was in Yahweh's house. On the next day Pashur released Jeremiah out of the stocks. Then Jeremiah said to him, Yahweh has not called your name Pashur, but Magor-Missabib. For Yahweh says, Behold, I will make you a terror to yourself and to all your friends. They will fall by the sword of their enemies, and your eyes will see it. I will give all Judah into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he will carry them captive to Babylon, and will kill them with the sword. Moreover, I will give all the riches of this city, and all its gains, and all its precious things. Yes, I will give all the treasures of the kings of Judah into the hand of their enemies. They will make them captives, take them, and carry them to Babylon. You, Pashur, and all who dwell in your house will go into captivity. You will come to Babylon, and there you will die, and there you will be buried, you and all your friends, to whom you have prophesied falsely. Yahweh, you have persuaded me, and I was persuaded. You are stronger than I, and have prevailed. I have become a laughingstock all day. Everyone mocks me, for as often as I speak, I cry out. I cry violence and destruction, because Yahweh's word has been made a reproach to me and a derision all day. If I say that I will not make mention of him, or speak any more in his name, then there is in my heart, as it were, a burning fire shut up in my bones. I am weary with holding it in. I can't, for I have heard the defaming of many. Terror on every side. Denounce, and we will denounce him. Say all my familiar friends, those who watch for my fall. Perhaps he will be persuaded, and we will prevail against him, and we will take our revenge on him. But Yahweh is with me as an awesome mighty one. Therefore my persecutors will stumble, and they won't prevail. They will be utterly disappointed because they have not dealt wisely, even with an everlasting dishonor which will never be forgotten. But Yahweh of armies, who tests the righteous, who sees the heart and the mind, let me see your vengeance on them, for I have revealed my cause to you. Sing to Yahweh. Praise Yahweh, for he has delivered the soul of the needy from the hand of evildoers. Cursed is the day in which I was born. Don't let the day in which my mother bore me be blessed. Cursed is the man who brought news to my father, saying, A boy is born to you, making him very glad. Let that man be as the cities which Yahweh overthrew and didn't repent. Let him hear a cry in the morning, and shouting at noontime, because he didn't kill me from the womb. So my mother would have been my grave, and her womb always great. Why did I come out of the womb to see labor and sorrow, that my days should be consumed with shame?